Hello, and welcome to part 13 of our Dominion 6 gameplay as MA Nidavangr. So in the last episode we gave Naba a little bit of a bloody nose. We managed to kill their god, we managed to kill a bunch of their armies as well, and a little bit of a fail expand over in Tenveer, but we've got our forces in the vicinity, so we'll be able to reconvene when we get a second. Let's grab these guys here. We'll get them just to grab whatever troops they can. They can't grab anything more, that's fine. We'll get them to move over into Naba. Over here, these guys are actually being left without a leader, so we're going to get Arrowcatcher to move over there and grab them. He's just got a bunch of undisciplined troops at the moment. We'll maybe set them up into two different groups. We'll grab a couple of archers as well. And probably just grab these guys here and we'll set them up with these lovely little ladies. As it stands, things are looking pretty good. We'll get Eggle to move up as well. We've got a fair force here, about 30 of our guys. We'll get one of our cub mothers probably to get them as well, and we'll get Azaborn to start moving over as well. We're actually going to give him a couple of water gems. We'll give him about 5 water gems, and we might be able to cast something with that in a second. We'll have to see how quickly we can get these walls down. As it looks for our research, we're going to get construction level 5 next turn, and then it'll probably be 2 more turns till we get alteration level 5. Once we get alteration level 5, we get access to some good stuff, like Gift of Formlessness for our guys. Potentially get some fire resistant warriors, could be pretty good, although hopefully we won't have to worry about it too much. As for our guys over here in Naba, we'll maybe have a quick look at what we have. We're going to have Gemmer the bear. Unfortunately, he is going to die fairly shortly, but hopefully he'll be able to stay in the siege for that. Having a look at Inglad, we're going to do a similar kind of thing to what we did before, where we're actually going to get a bunch of Gifts of Flight off if we can. Here we are, Gift of Flight. We're going to get 3 Gifts of Flight off, and then we're probably going to do some body ethereals, and we'll do the same kind of tactic we did before, where we're going to set him up with some Nidbade near him. Probably these guys here. Anybody got a spare squad? Yeah, they can still be under gunner. And we'll probably get like a collection of about 10 of them. Fantastic, yep, exactly. We'll set them up over on the side here. Set them up in a double line formation. We'll need somebody to come over and bless them. Probably get one of the wolves to do that. Yeah, we'll get Cheddar to do that. So he's going to cast 2 blessings. And then probably just quickness after that, see who he can get. Some of them will fly away, some of them will become very, very quick. And that's absolutely fine, yep. Get a bunch of quicknesses there. And for the last one, probably give himself a personal bark skin just to make sure he's alright. We've got a couple of guys at the back, so that hopefully they will attack them rather than us. We'll make sure we keep Cheddar over there. Ragnar will move up slightly, he's going to be casting a bunch of quicknesses. We've got a couple of blessings coming off. Yep, that's fine. A bunch of group bark skins as well for our regular dudes. For these guys here, we're actually going to get them to hold and fire. We don't really want them running ahead of our troops that are going to be standing in front. And we'll make sure that these guys are part of our archer line, which we might actually put in a double line, just so they're a little bit more condensed. And that's all sounding good. We've got a front line coming in here. Currently, we don't really have a front line. Well, I mean, we do have a front line, but it's maybe a little bit more sparse in comparison to our archer line, so we'll get them to keep moving on forward. Have a little look at our commanders. We got anything to pick up here? No, we do not. We'll maybe just get you to come down and start picking up some more troops from around here. Over here we got our first lizard shaman. Fantastic. We'll actually get him to search, and we'll get Tiny Wolf to research for the moment. He can potentially grab a couple of these girls here and bring them over to Naba when he gets a second. And we'll make sure that we're just researching as well. Grodwinter, you can keep on searching. We can make more of our owl quills. Fantastic. Our owl unfortunately didn't find anything, so let's change your shape. Can you make it to Horgria? Yes, you can. Fantastic. You can go there and you can just do a quick bit of site searching. And then under the ground, we can see a little bit more down here. So John Dying's forces doing pretty well. This province isn't quite as good, but that's okay. We'll just get a little bit of province defense in there. Bunch of Berktrides, a bunch of cavemen. I'm actually thinking we go after the cavemen a little bit more. And speaking of cavemen, how many cavemen can we get in one of these provinces? Where are the caveman provinces? I thought it was this one here. No, this is the Abyssians. Okay, let's get the cavemen out of there. That should be fine. We could recruit a couple of troglodytes as well, just to help us get through the initial gate. We can only get 2 a turn. Is it worth it? We can always just recruit a cub mother just to grab them, bring them up. You know, we might just do that. It can be quite useful to do, just get some extra things. We'll make sure as well that we're constructing a palisades down here. This can be our first underground fortress. And this one seems to make the best sense just because, you know, it's covering one of the gateways. Nethermines would also make a good shout. I could actually make it a better shout, but I do quite like that silver mine being close. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm changing my mind. We're going to put it in the nether mines. We're going to build a palisade there. That means that we're at least covered from anybody coming from the south if we go to war with Pyrene anytime soon. I just wanted the gold from that one there, but we can always just put another fortification on that silver mine and get more income from that. As it stands here, Nabat isn't going to be marching into here anytime soon, so we're actually going to send some of our guys further into Pyrene and get some more information about that. We've got another Nidhurst here, who we can probably actually send to collect these archers. Is a good shout. Ursa, Ursa, you're actually going to move up over towards the resting heights, so we've got a bunch of troops over here that we need to pick up, and we do also have a bunch of troops over in Nidavangr that need picked up as well. So we might delay one of our mages slightly. We could get some Ictid shamans, but they've only got water. Yeah, there's not really any point. We're going to get a couple of Nid Jarls. They're going to help us lead our forces a little bit more, because we've got some troops to pick up here. 70 berserkers. That's quite a lot. And also a bunch of guys in Nidavangr as well. Make sure we keep on recruiting our crows. And we'll get a couple of these ladies as well. How are we looking down here? Yeah, our scouts just scouting about. We've got a little bit of our Dominion over here. So we need to kind of figure out what is happening a little bit more. We'll kind of move over there. John Dying's just going to kind of go about the place. I'd actually kind of like to see what's over on this throne territory here. It's interesting, there's 2 thrones underneath the ground so close to us that we probably want to try and get if we can. Doesn't look like Nabah has moved into Bolfalong, which is nice. So we'll get Affy to wait in Lightport. We're already moving into Cliffport. We can just keep an eye on things there. In the Bog Beasts, make sure we're getting a bunch more of our little blenders just so they can help out when we go to war. And we'll get a bunch more of our longbowmen here as well, just because they have a longbow rather than a shortbow. And then other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. We're recruiting pretty much everywhere. Not here, apparently. That's fine. We're actually going to get a couple of apprentices. We can start giving out quills to them, and once we get some homunculi as well with our construction level 5, we can start giving them out as well. Makes them into much, much, much better researchers and very cost effective for their price. Okay, let's make sure we've got, probably get some reavers actually. That's kind of what I'm feeling. We want some more guys with javelins if we can. And over here, yeah, we're still recruiting. Fantastic. Everything's going pretty well. Could be a time to start thinking about some Jade Maidens, but we really just don't have any resources here because it's in between 2 fortifications. So, a little bit of a shame that we can't get these little ladies here for some Sacred Cavalry. They could be very nice, but never mind. And other than that, we're actually going to see if we can cast anything here. It could be worth actually just getting you to start casting Dark Knowledge all around, just so we can try and site search for death sites. Might as well. Could potentially get Hovard to do that as well. Just get him to start doing a bunch of Dark Knowledges around. Interesting thing from Dominion 6 is obviously you've got these little things to say, oh, there's a ritual being cast here, which is quite nice. It lets you keep track of it, make sure you're not doing the same province twice with your ritual guys. And we might as well, because we have a bunch of death gems available to us. Other than that, do we want to summon anything? We could summon a bunch of bears to help us in our siege, and I don't think that's necessarily the worst choice. We do get a lot of bears then, but we might want to do that with somebody a little bit closer. I think what we'll do is get Adel to actually start summoning a bunch of bears. We have a lot of nature gems. We'll get both these guys to change their shape. They're going to both move down to Irene, and they're going to summon a bunch of bears as well. I'm going to use them to help us take Nabah. Kind of be our sort of bear front line, if you will. And with that, I think we're good to go. So that's all of our recruitment done. And that is all of our construction done. We've got our research to go, and we've done all of our mages. Make sure as well that we've given out all of our quills. Indeed we have. Fantastic. Yeah, I think with that we're pretty good to go. I think with that we'll end the turn. Okay, and with that, construction is completed as we thought it would. We cast Dark Knowledge, no magical sites were found, no magical sites were found. We cast Sloth of Bears, fantastic. We searched the Bog of Beasts for magical sites, nothing there. Nothing there. A bit of a shame, we're not really finding any magical sites at all. There was a battle in Lowmark. I think this is Eru against this throne site. That is a lot of barbarians. They are probably not going to be able to defeat, at least in my mind. Nope, okay. I mean, good try, Eru. Nowhere near as many forces that need to take out this many barbarians. That's a lot of barbarians. Oof. We had trouble with 40 of them. They brought a similar force around. Let's have a little look down here. So this is John Dying and his forces getting ready to just fight against some cavemen. Archer fire coming in. The Nidbay will come in. These guys do hit pretty hard, but our Nidbay hit hard pretty back. There we go. Very good. We lost 2 of them, but we did manage to take out, I mean, that was 50 cavemen. That wasn't too bad. And we have taken that province. And in Nabaa, the walls are moderately damaged and more time is required to break them down. So we're going to have to keep going with that. As it comes for John dying here, okay, there's some Zots there, interesting, and there's a bunch of pale ones. I think we'll need a slightly larger force just because this is a throne province, so we'll probably need a bit of a bigger army, unless, you know what, Nor, I can make scouts anywhere. I'm actually just going to get you to attack the current province and try and see if you can retreat out of it, and we'll get John dying, start moving down towards the red mines. Over here in the nether mines, we'll actually construct these palisades here, so we start them going on. And how are we doing over here? We've got a bunch of guys to pick up. Very good, very good. We'll just put them on top of these ladies here. Make sure they're up there. And we got our guys to bless them. Fantastic. And we'll just get everybody to just start moving over to Nabaa. As far as our supplies usage going, still not too bad. Can't complain. As a born, what you're going to do, you're going to be casting spells. You are going to be casting, I mean, we could summon a little few water elementals if we really wanted to. Rain could also be an interesting choice. Flying incurs double fatigue, but it will make it so that, you know what, yeah, we're going to cast Rain. We have the water gems to do it. We'll cast out Rain, and that will mean that Nabaa's fire magic won't have much to do in the fight that we're about to have. And then I guess after that, we can probably just get you to cast a bunch of quicknesses. And probably just a Bard skin, just to keep yourself okay. Sounds good. We'll put you up over here, which I think is where, yeah, the mass of these guys are. Yeah, so you're going to cast your Rain, you're going to cast a bunch of quicknesses. We could cast the Rain later on, I suppose, but I'm worried a little bit more about fatigue. I think it should be okay. We'll have a bunch of flying guys coming in. Blindy, so there's a whole bunch of archers that we're just going to get you to set to fire, and you are going to pick up the rest of these guys, and that should be fine. Getting a few more of our lizardmen, fantastic, and we did complete our research into construction, so we can now start to make some interesting things. So we could start to make these skull mentors. They do cost 10 death magic each, so I'm a little bit hesitant about doing that. We'll just get him to research for now. What we'll probably do is we'll get some of our bear guys to start making these homunculus. They do cost 10 nature gems each, so they are fairly expensive, but we do have a good stockpile of nature gems. So you know what, we're actually going to do that. We're going to get 4 of these homunculus up and ready, and for our bears over here, we're going to get 3 of them to all cast Sloth of Bears. So we've used a big chunk of our nature gems already, but for that we're going to have a bunch of great bears. So if you imagine what our bear lords turn into, we're just going to have a bunch of them just coming forward and munching on the enemy, and that should be very useful against Nabaa's forces inside their castle. Have a little bit more of a look into Pyrene. Looks like Pyrene might not be doing so well against Asphodel, actually, which is a little bit worrying. Asphodel has a fair force still sitting on our borders. We're going to have to keep a little eye on them, and we don't really like their dominion being near us. It does kill our population, so not fun, not fun. We'll keep on moving forward. Doesn't look like Nabaa's there. So Nabaa, the end of Nabaa's territory is over here at Lightport, which is good to know. Still making our lizard shamans, fantastic. How are we doing over here? We still haven't quite reached there yet. And we'll make sure to give out another quill over here. Have a look at our research. So we're going to get alteration level 5 this month. Our research speed is going up quite a lot and is going to continue to go up quite a lot, which is really, really nice. I think part of me was wanting to make some skull staffs to use with our lovely Crow clan, but for the moment I don't think we need them, and I kind of like having these death gems available. Either way, we're still site searching about, so that is fine. We're going to get these guys to just wait here for a second. Rhinahild, you can just grab these archers and these guys here, and then probably move down to Bog Beast, pick up some people, and then move over into Nabaa to help with the siege there. Over here, we've got a bunch of these bear guys here, but we could just give them over to him. That is a lot of berserkers. That's going to be a scary army to fight against. So yeah, you can move there, and then we'll start moving over to Nabaa, whereas for Gerard, you move over to Nidavangr. Don't have much in terms of gold, but we'll just grab a couple of... I think I would prefer to grab these guys here rather than the blender ladies. Well, we can't grab all of them. Get a couple of blenders, fantastic. And with that, we've already used up all of our gold. It's fun when that happens. I mean, there's worse things that could happen, to be honest, than us losing all of our gold. Things are looking pretty good. We've got a good amount of gem income coming from everywhere. Maybe a little bit more searching could be done. I think we're doing all right so far. We're going to get a big increase of gems once we manage to take Naba as well. And it's all looking good. Tiny Wolf, do we want you? We potentially want you actually to be casting quickness and moss bodies as well. Let's actually just send you to Naba. You can always just help there rather than researching. You know, might as well use them rather than not. And with that, I think we're actually good to go. It's a bit of a quicker turn, but there's not much to do. We don't have much more money to spend. Yeah, I think we're quite happy with what we're doing. Get a bunch of bears out in Irene. They'll be able to help fight in Naba. Let's go. Okay, so let's have a little look. There was a bunch of stuff happening with our bears, with our dark knowledge. We didn't find any magical sites. It's a shame. We've completed our research and alteration, so we're going to have to check our scripts again. There was a battle in the Red Mines, so this is John Dying and his forces attacking these lovely Abyssians. I expect this to go the same way as it did before, where we just get a couple of guys hurt a little bit by fire, but we just chop through the rest of the Abyssians. Fantastic, yep. They're routing away. We're just going to heal up through that, thanks to the Undying and Enchanted Blood. And it's all looking good there. So did we lose anybody? We lost one of our blenders, that's absolutely fine. And then there was a battle in Ulm. It'll be our guy retreating, so let's have a little look. They had Pale One, 2 Wizards of the High Magics, and some heavy infantry and Pale Ones. Did you manage to retreat? Yep, you managed to successfully retreat. We'll have a quick little look just to see how big this force is. That'd be fine. So we've got some mages who are just going to be casting a couple of spells, and it's a bunch of Pale Ones. I think we can take that, actually, with John Dying. I'm not feeling unconfident, I'll put it that way. And there was also battle in Silverham, which is Asphodel attacking Pyrene. Okay, yeah, not too bad. They've got a bunch of crows and guys over here at the back. Maybe they're waiting to try and get a commander snipe. And overall, it's just a big force of medieval troops against the armies of Asphodel, but it looks like Asphodel has routed. They were successful in their attempt to get the leader, and they've actually managed to wipe the army of Asphodel. Good job, Pyrene. I think out of the two, I would prefer Pyrene to win rather than Asphodel. Hey, good job, boys. Oh, look at that. Even got some little Holbergs as well. And an unexpected event happened in Halbreatha, some glamour gems, nice. And we've started to destroy the walls in Naba, but we just need a little bit more time. I imagine we'll another turn or two, or I hope another turn or two, and then that'll be down, because that means that we'll be able to kill Naba before their god comes back up. Lots of bears to be used. Be fun to run them with a couple of our guys here. But with that, I think we will actually call this episode here. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you like what we do, consider becoming a member for additional benefits. And if you'd like to join as one of our commanders in this series, please leave a comment down below as well. But thank you very much for watching. And until next time, take care.